You'll do fine. You'll do fine.
Hey now, welcome to Fitz's Electric Bar. There are two gentlemen that look a little bit like me. Those are my two younger brothers, Andrew and Patrick. Um, Andrew, I've already done a session with. We're done. He's feeling much better after the session, and right. And now we're going to focus on younger Patrick and his love of music. All three of us are great music lovers, but we kind of have different tastes. We have overlapping tastes, but we have different tastes. And that's why I think it's kind of fun. So, yeah. So I'm going to say bid adieu to Andrew. Pat, you come on in here and let's do
So
some
that's
questions.
all right.
So tell me, tell the viewers where you're based.
I'm based out of Toronto, Ontario, big city.
Big city guy. Um,
Big.
and tell me about some of the stuff you're interested in. Besides music, what else do you like?
Well, I love sailing. I like the painting the masterpiece of the outdoors of the skyline of the city, like a Lauren Herrick painting.
Right, metaphorically.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay. So here are the 10 questions I ask everybody.
Right.
So first off, what record are you listening to? So I know you're not a vinyl listener right now, but what maybe artist or record are you listening to quite a bit these days?
It's a very good question. Uh, for new material,
Anything, whatever you're just enjoying listening to.
I've been listening to a little bit of the Vault CDs from the Grateful Dead that you've been listening because Andrew lent me his Bose speaker where I could put CDs inside. So really enjoying that box set from 72 all the way to 77, I think. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, tell me about
Yeah.
a favorite concert experience you've had in your life.
Wow. Uh, like big stadium or 18,000 or 40,000?
All
Anyone?
your choice. It doesn't have to be your number one, but just something you want to talk about, a favorite concert experience.
Good question. Um, the White Stripes at the Air Canada Center wasn't too bad. It's not my favorite. The Bridge Benefit concerts I'll always remember in Shoreline, California. With Pearl Jam and Neil Young and Peggy. Those are
You went to a
memorable.
few of those?
Quite a few of the Shoreline Bridge Benefits, probably three, but love the venue and love the show.
Do you have a favorite David Bowie record?
My David Bowie is like in between 67 and 71. I mean, the early one of his earlier records, I would like to say.
Do you know off the top of your head, or is it more just you remember the music in general?
Yeah, I don't remember an album in particular.
Cool. What about one of the saddest songs ever?
Ooh, it's all right, Mama. It'll be all right. Bob Dylan. No, that's not Leonard Cohen. It must be a Leonard Cohen song.
Have you got
No,
one in
it's all right.
particular?
Hallelujah. You're familiar with that. I think you can play it on guitar.
Yeah.
No, no,
Awesome.
I could go deeper than that. I could go more sad than that, but off the
Okay.
top of my
Well, you could go sad, my friend.
head. Don't be shy being sad. I don't know. Next question.
Okay. One of the most joyful songs ever.
The perfect day.
Nice.
Ooh, that
Bang,
is
10
cool.
points. Um, is there an underrated band, one of the most underrated bands or artists you think that doesn't get the kind of attention it deserves or they deserve?
Sky Diggers for one. And there's so many. I feel bad for the musicians that didn't the quarter tones, for two.
Great.
Definitely Sky.
Good.
That's it.
You have to choose between Van Morrison or Jackson Browne. Who would you choose?
Well, Van Morrison,
How about
hands
Joni
down.
Mitchell or Aretha Franklin?
Very nice question, but Joni Mitchell all the way.
Three must-have desert island discs or records.
Does that include box sets?
That's a very good question. Let's just say yes, it includes a box sets.
I would definitely take a Bob Dylan box set for sure. Maybe the biography, right? For sure. Lots of listening material there. And then something you wouldn't get tired of, right? Like maybe a John Coltrane album actually. If I only Love Supreme or maybe A Train. And the third, bless you, it definitely wouldn't be Echo and the Bunnymen. So you got to mix it up a little bit. Well, I would have picked Blood on the Tracks, but I already got the biography, right? So, and then Exile on Main Street. No, that's not my third, but I'll stand with that for now.
Okay,
Rocket to Russia, Rocket to Russia, the Ramones,
nice. You got some different moods with those choices.
right?
Okay, so if I could drop you into a music scene, any music scene from the past, and I'll give you some suggestions or some options. It could be the Laurel Canyon, right? The singer-songwriter stuff, Neil Young, CSN, Jackson Browne, all that kind of stuff. Another one would be the UK punk scene, the Clash, the Sex Pistols, the Damned, the Stranglers. Third would be the New York CBGB's punk scene, Ramones, Talking Heads, Blondie, the uh, Dead Boys, that kind of thing. Um,
No, my answer.
the Merry Pranksters, early Grateful Dead. So it could be the acid tests, the stuff with, Neil Cassidy and early days, that whole scene in San Francisco area. Or another scene that you would love to be a part of. What scene would you most love to be dropped into?
Well, I have been on the further bus when it drove into Eugene, Oregon to Grateful Dead show. And, Ken Kesey and the Pranksters, I would have to go number two with the punk rock, like Raid in England, one, two, three, four,
Awesome.
hands down.
um, so people say there's nothing like a Grateful Dead show. And as a big Grateful Dead fan, like you really got on the bus. I'm a big fan, but you went to see a lot of shows. Tell people who don't know anything about the Grateful Dead what a Grateful Dead show is like. Why is it so special?
Well, I was really lucky because I lived in Whistler, so it was an 18-hour drive to San Francisco. So we would definitely catch a lot of shows. And the Americans are great because some of these guys, after a while, you would see a few guys in the parking lot, like, hey, Bill or Joe, and you see these guys on tour. The camaraderie, the camaraderie is really nice, and the West Coast shows are much better because the tickets were like $15 and smaller venues, and just how the music goes through the people. It's all one energy. Good answer. Got a little teary eyed there for a second.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it takes you to places. I've been to a lot of states in America. The Grateful Dead brought me there, and Fish Band also took me to 42 states out of the 50.
So the
So I
the
like the
travel, the travel,
love
the
the
people
shop
you meet.
and the camaraderie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe staying on the same theme, but a favorite Grateful Dead live recording.
77 Boston Gardens, maybe, or there's a Boston Gardens show. But well, favorite that I've seen or
No,
ever.
well, you could say a favorite you've seen and also maybe a favorite recording.
I've seen it a lot, though. I will, and I think you were there, but I'll never forget the Cops Coliseum show, and they were throwing roses over the balcony while Jerry was walking out of. That was 91 or 90, and then there was the other shows in 92. Favorite Grateful Dead show ever? That was one of the many. Um, okay, Oakland Coliseum, Halloween, when Bill Clinton just got caught with Monica Lewinsky, and we were definitely on the puddles. And I saw this guy dancing, Oakland Coliseum, Grateful Dead. I've seen many shows in Oakland, and he had a paper mache of Monica Lewinsky's head attached to his hip while he was dancing. Actually, those Oakland Coliseum shows, hands down, yes.
There's a vibe there, right? You've told me before.
Yeah,
Real vibe.
and oh yeah, and it's an indoor show, so it's a little more intense. But the ring around the Oakland Coliseum, I mean, all those spinner dancers are all like twirling around, and it was the puddles. Puddles got me. But yeah,
Awesome.
nice. Yes,
So
good.
good answers. So, what instrument, including singing, would you most like to be really proficient at, and what kind of music would you play?
Instrument. I'd like to be the front man, be the guy that sings, and I'd like to be very charismatic and maybe have a little bit of punk rock edge to it too.
So you might be a lead singer of a punk band.
Yes, but
Awesome.
without any instrument. I'll just pretend how to play bass or something.
Well, you could be the vocalist. You don't have to play an instrument.
You don't need an instrument, right? Yeah,
No,
that's me.
no. Okay, here's the last question. This is a real simple one. So, what's the meaning of life?
To love your family, to always go on adventures, always see new places, and always new new experiences.
Nice. You know my catchphrase for my channel when I sign off, right?
No,
Carpe diem, seize the day.
seize the day. That's right. That's what the hockey players are trying to do is seize it, be in the moment.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Awesome, Pat. Thanks for participating. I'm so glad we could do this.
Well,
It's one of the things all three of us brothers share is a love of music. So I'm glad you could participate. Thank you.
that's right. I mean, little bro likes REM a little more echo REM more than I do, but we do all love music. We do
You
all
get
love music.
a different kind of elbows up, a little dig into your brother.
But thanks to you, actually, because you were the one that had boxes and boxes of vinyl. You had speakers going through the kitchen in Rosedale and wires going all over the house. And I think it was grade two when you sent me into school with Rocket to Russia. And everybody, you were laughing, and everybody else had rapping albums. And I'll never forget it. And they were holding their ears down like she cut me off. Like it was grade two for sure. Like Rocket to Russia. Hey, it's like show and tell for vinyl. I come in with Rocket to Russia. You were laughing when I left too. That was,
I love that. Everyone covering their ears.
you know, all covered and putting their head in the desk, and the teacher's like, "Oh, take it off, take it off."
This isn't music.
Yeah, Rocket to Russia.
Oh, yes, it is.
Gabba gabba hey.
Gabba gabba hey. Thanks, Pat.
Hey, no worries, Fitzy. Maybe is that it? You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, bye, Fitz.